G'day and welcome to Outback Gold Fever. Chrissy and I travel full time across Australia in the hunt for gold nuggets. Today we're in the goldfields region of Western Australia. We've been in this spot for a little while now and we've managed a few pieces off it. Yeah, if you like what you see in today's episode, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Really helps the channel out, and we'll see you when we're digging the first one. Hope you enjoy and stay safe out there.
I've been detecting on a small area during the last few days, and yeah, I haven't really moved much. I've moved my arms but not the legs, so this morning I decided to go for a wander and I did a big loop. Didn't pick up anything so far except for a few bottle tops and pull tabs. Now I made it into an area where you can see several detector holes and they are all quite deep. Just on the edge of this pile here, somebody had a scrape there. It looks like it's been half backfilled. Somewhere on the edge there is where I'm getting a signal. There's definitely something there. I doubt it's a hot rock. I'll give it a dig and see what it is. It's a bit hard to believe, but it's actually gold here. It's a little nugget just sitting on this pile here. I didn't expect that. I thought it was rubbish and the person who dug it out just left it near the hole. But it's actually a small nugget. I'll take it. Good start into the day anyway. Awesome. I'll show you a funny one just here. It's a screamer. I'll give you a listen and then I'll show you what it is. Yeah, it sounded pretty much like rubbish, that's why I didn't film it. But now that I got a bit deeper into the ground there, I actually got a bit skeptical. I had a close look, I put my detector down. I should have paid attention to this one here, because when you look inside here, there's actually an empty beer can in there. Sometimes it pays out to pay a little bit of attention to where you're digging your holes, because I should have recognized it. I've done it before. No massive gold nugget for me yet, but yeah, that could be what it sounds like. That could be what a kilo piece sounds like. So in an area like this where I'm picking up gold, I'll dig anything. So wish me luck for the next target. I've been digging plenty of holes for noisy ground. Some of them had charcoal in them, some of them didn't. It was just saturated, noisy clay, bright red dirt. I've got a signal here. It could be something, but I'm really not too sure about it because I've had a lot of noisy ground areas and this one sounds just like one, except for there's one difference. This one's a little bit sharper towards one point, which makes me think there could actually be a target there. I'll give you a listen. I actually turned my sensitivity down from 18 to 16 now, but I'm gonna give this one a scrape just to make sure. But I think I've got about 5 flies in here now that I can see. I'm just going to take this off and then I start digging the hole. Nice and tight this time. But yeah, it is annoying. Oh, I've got another one in here already. Okay, I'll just dig this hole, see what it is. Oh, that is red clay. I think it might just be saturated ground, but I'll scrape it out and wave the detector again. That really sounds a little bit different to the other noisy ground holes that I dug, so I'm just going to continue digging it. That signal is not consistent enough in my opinion to make it worthwhile to keep on digging. So I'm going to fill this one back in and look for the next real signal. The last few days were really quiet on the gold front. We've been out detecting for a few hours every day, but haven't managed to pick up anything. The gold seems to quieten down out here for us, but today we're out here again, and I've got my first decent signal. So far I dug about 10 holes for noisy ground, and I've been playing with the settings a bit, but I've got a signal here which seems to be right over a bush again. It definitely pulled me up, and I'm going to give that a scrape and see if it improves. Oh yes, it's something. Whatever it is, it's not very big, but it's a definite signal, and I'm hoping for a little piece of gold here. It's a small subgramma. It might only be a small piece, but it's the only piece that I've seen for a few days now, so I'm happy with this one. Really good. There is still gold around, but yeah, no doubt it definitely got a bit quieter for us here, and I already started researching our next area. Yeah, we're already planning in advance and already applied for a 40E to go prospecting on another exploration permit further north. If you wanted to go detecting on a mining lease or a prospecting license, you got to get permission from the tenement holder. And before you access the land, just make sure you give the pastoralist a phone call and let them know where you're going. Pretty easy over here in WA. It's different from state to state over here in Australia, but this is how it works in WA anyway. And make sure you get a miner's right before you start. Most important thing, get your miner's right and you're good to go. I'm back at a spot where I found a little bit of gold a few days ago. When I widened out the circle around this area here, I wasn't able to pick up anything. So I'm back in the area now where I picked up a few nuggets, and I've got a signal here right next to somebody else's detector hole. There's only a little bit of a change in the threshold. It's a very faint signal, but definitely enough to pull me up and give it a scrape. I'm still a little bit undecided, so I'll widen out the hole so that the coil has more room in there to give a proper swing. There are a few ants coming up out of this hole. I hope it's not just an ant's nest that's giving the noise here. Definitely something in there. Oh, can you do the filming? Oh, I can see it. I can see it. There. Definitely gold. Second one after this dry spell.
2 pieces.
Could be a gram in here.
Ooh.
Right on the track, right in the line with the other detector holes here. Continues both ways. I think I should just go low and slow up this line here. We'll keep searching. I'm slowly working my way back to the camp. I haven't managed to pick up any more gold, but this one here sounds promising, so I'll give that a scrape. It's only very shallow and very small, but I'll give it a go anyway. It's rubbish. I don't even know what it is. It could be molten alfoil. It's breaking apart. I'll put it in my pocket, it's rubbish. We are back at it today, swinging super slow and super low in a spot where I picked a sub-grammer yesterday. And it's really worthwhile to slow down in this area because the majority of the nuggets were in that half-gram range. That's Mark detecting away down there. He just found a piece of gold down the bottom there. And I've got a signal here. I'm going to show you this one. It's a little bit interrupted, but I still think it's a solid signal, so I'm going to give it a scrape and see what it is. It's out already. It's gold. Boy, that's really prickly. It's a rough little nugget, this one. There, look at that. It's really, really rough and prickly. Right on the source here. That's why I'm detecting on the diggings. This is where they started to do a scrape and detect, I'm assuming. It was the first solid signal for today. I already had a few boot scrapes for just noisy ground. We know there's more gold here. We just really got to slow down today and try to find those quiet ones. Because there are quite a few of these little ones around and we can only hear them when we really slow down. I struggle with that. I usually prefer to walk a little bit faster, but today I really got to force myself and I'll just spend a little bit of time on this flat here. See how many more I can find. Just to give you a little bit of an idea where I'm detecting today, this whole area here has been pushed not all that long ago. It all looks very, very fresh. So they've put some effort into this area by pushing it, and there were even a few fresh drill holes around. They probably pushed this area and detected it afterwards. Lucky they didn't get it all because there are still a few nuggets around. On to the next signal. I had to leave my shady area under that big tree over there because I couldn't pick up any more signals over there. Now I've got another signal here which sounds really good. I'll give you a listen. It doesn't sound like noisy ground, so it could be a nugget in here. It's a definite signal, so I'll give this one a scrape. I'll probably just have to remove the dirt with my boot because this dirt here is very soft and sandy after the machines pushed it up here. It's out of the hole. Could be nugget number 2. Let's see what it is. I could see that little glimpse of gold coming out of this rock here. See that? It's a tiny piece of gold sticking out of that rock. I'll just break it up. And that's my nugget there. Yeah, that's probably in the 0.2 of a gram range, I think. But it's another piece of gold. I'll keep having a look around here. Should be a few more around.
Yeah, so I think that's just going to be a wrap for us in this area here. We've managed quite a few pieces, and that real nice piece, the boomerang piece that Chrissy got here. Yeah, that was a very nice piece. Well done. But generally, we haven't got too much weight wise, so we've done all right. We've managed to keep ourselves fed, and it's time to move on. So we'll head into Kalgoorlie and get some supplies, and we're going to make our way north again for the rest of the year. We're hanging to get up there. It's already been a bit cooler this season, so we hope that continues, and as we travel north, yeah, you can come along for the ride and be right there with us. We might even take you for a bit of a tour through Kalgoorlie along the way. Stay tuned for that one. Okay, we'll put that gold on the scale shortly, but we'll give you a bit of a chance to hit that like button for us. It really helps the channel out. Thank you. Okay, I think Chrissy outdid me again today, and I had an issue with my camera all day today, so I've got no proof that I found this, but I'm going to show you anyway. So yeah, that's what I got for the day. Like I said, sorry, no action shots. Very thin pieces and nothing real heavy, but we'll put them on the scales and we'll see what I've got. Okay, 1.09. Not the best way in there, but anyway, it's still some gold, and that'll keep me fed for another week because yeah, I don't eat much. Chrissy had a lot better time than me. I'll let her show you what she got.
It was really not a bad area for me, and I'm just waiting for Mark to catch up with the big one. It'll happen soon. I ended up with these 5 bits here. And they are all very, very rough and very prickly, so right on the source there, not far from the pushings or maybe even underneath them. But I'll put these on the scales and see what I got. .6 grams, so just over 1.5 grams. That's okay. We're not finding really much out here anymore. So we'll see you guys next week, but probably from a new area.
Bit of travelling.
Looking forward to it.
Can't wait. We're in Kalgoorlie getting some supplies before we head north, and we just thought we'd take you on a quick tour of Kalgoorlie. And right here at the top of Hannon Street we've got the Museum of the Goldfields. Definitely worth a look if you're in Kalgoorlie. Some great history here and also some great gold on display. Definitely well worth a look there. We're still at the top end of Hannon Street here, and we've got finders keepers here across the road. They're the local mine lab dealers, and you can get most of your prospecting supplies there. So drop in and see Dale, she's very friendly and we'll help you out there. And just like most mining towns, they've got a good selection of pubs here. Okay, here we've got the natural gold nuggets and jewellery. They've got some great nuggets there on display and some pendant. Definitely well worth a look, and they also do buy gold as well. Yeah, most of the buildings here in Kalgoorlie are built in the late 1800s, and yeah, definitely worth a look at some of the architecture here. We're about halfway down Hannon Street here, and we've got the Garrett dealer here, yeah, so drop in and see Jamie. He also buys gold as well, and he's got the complete Garrett range there. Yeah, so that's the Prospectors patch there. They've also got a store over in Perth, so yeah, drop in and see them for any Garrett supplies there, or any general prospecting gear. We're down at the bottom end of Hannon Street now, and here we've got the Visitors Information Centre. Just drop in here and they'll give you a bit of information on the local area and help you out with any questions you've got. We're at the bottom of Hannon Street here, and we've got the Woolworths supermarket just here, and also got a little bit of a caravan parking area right here at the bottom here. Come right down to the roundabout there and just turn in there. We're just in Forest Street here in Kalgoorlie. Got the dump point here, and also a water fill up point just down there, and the railway station's just down there as well. We're not filling up all our water because we do go through another couple of towns before we get to our destination, so we'll just fill up enough for emergency supply and also for the next day or two, and no need to carry all that weight in water travelling around the countryside, so we can fill up all our water before we get to our next camp at the next town. But you have to have a anti-vandal key available from the hardware store. The local council there is supporting some local businesses there. And don't forget to take that and your fittings when you leave. Just reminding you, because I know you'll forget. Okay, here we are at the Super Pit Lookout. This is pretty much a have to see when you come to Kalgoorlie. Yeah, the Kalgoorlie Super Pit's considered to be the richest square mile of earth in the world. As you can see over on the far wall, they had a bit of a rock slide there well over a year ago now. And I think just recently they blasted the area to try and bring some more of it down, so looks like they still haven't cleaned it up. We're just over in Broadwood Street in Kalgoorlie here, in the industrial side of Kalgoorlie, and this is where the DMIRS is, or the Mines Department. You can come in here and use their computers to look on 10 graph to see where all the tenements are and any likely spots that you can go prospecting. So they've got about 5 or 6 computers in there that's free for you to use, and they'll print you out any maps that you need as well. Also definitely worth getting your miners right before you head out prospecting. Another good spot in Kalgoorlie to come and have a look at is the Hannans North Tourist Mine. Just up this driveway here, and it goes up to all those head frames up there. So it's got a great display up there of old mining equipment, and you can do a bit of panning, and yeah, well worth a look. Yes, this is the Paddington Gold Mine here and their processing plant. There are a couple of big ball mills running there. You probably won't see many that size around the country. Yeah, apparently size does matter. We've been in Kalgoorlie for a few days, just getting ready to head north. There's not much in the way of supplies once you head north. You get into a bit more of a remote country, so yeah, try and do all your maintenance and all your supplies either before we leave home or before you leave Kalgoorlie. About 10 kilometres out of Kalgoorlie on the Kalgoorlie Road is the Lake Douglas recreational area. You can camp here for a maximum 3-night stay for free. They've got a couple of dump toilets there, and there's plenty of room for caravans and to pitch your tent as well. So yeah, plenty of room there. You might even get a spot around the lake. This is my mate Paddy Hannon. He's the one that discovered gold in this area back in the 1800s. Dropping just outside the Visitors Information Centre and say good day to Paddy. And if you have a look at the rock he's sitting on, lots of pyrites in there, and word has it there might even be a little bit of gold in there. Okay, it's time to say goodbye to Paddy here and leave Kalgoorlie. We've got all our supplies and we're heading north.
Alright, goodbye Paddy, see you on the next lap around.